Hey there, I'm doing this lo-fi sort of low budget setup again. When I did this a couple of weeks ago, I got some good feedback on it. A couple of you came to me and said that you felt a little more connected to me, and I don't know if it was necessarily because of me sitting in my car holding my iPhone, or if it just felt less scripted and therefore a little more natural. So I decided to try this again, and I'll probably do this a little bit. I'm not going to completely abandon the nice little setup that I have in my co-working office. I spent a lot of time and a decent amount of money getting that set up, so I don't want to abandon that completely. But I appreciated the feedback that I got, and frankly, it is much easier for me to sit here and do this. The quality of the iPhone is also makes it so that I actually feel okay just posting this as is. I do have some notes written here, so I'm not gonna pretend like I'm not using those. One of the other reasons I thought about continuing to do this, in a video a couple of weeks ago, I said something about being willing to iterate in public. And I was thinking about it, and I'm a firm believer in that, and I'm also a firm believer in getting clarity in public. So working out with others what it is that you think, what it is that you believe, what your values are, like that. And I think lots of times as leaders, we think we have to kind of go over into our corners and figure out what we think, get our message really clear, kind of look into our souls. And look, there is value in solitude and doing solitary work. But sometimes it takes being with others, right? And seeing how what it is that you have to say lands with others, and how people, what aspects of what you say they resist or that they push back on, before what you really, really believe and what you're standing for becomes clear to you. So this is not just iterate in public, but it's gain clarity in public. Be willing to be really messy and uncover and discover what you're about, without having it all sort of planned out and worked out ahead of time. And I try to really, I ask my clients and the people around me, and I encourage them to do certain things, and I try to embody those things myself. So this is also an example of me doing that. Let's see. Oh, it's funny. One of the risks, there's two risks in me doing this, all right? So one is that in my speaking, lots of times, and I don't think this is personal to me, I include a lot of filler words and filler sounds, a lot of yeahs and rights and ums. And I'll tell you a little bit how I'm aware of how much I do that. And I am actually committed to working on that. I do a decent amount of public speaking, and that's like live public speaking. And that's just a way that I know that I need to upgrade and up-level my public speaking. And I think that doing these sort of one-take shots will require that I get better at that. And to be fair, just so you know, I did start this about 7 times, but just like the first like 3 seconds, I couldn't figure out the first thing that I was going to say. Anyway, so there's that. So I'm committed to practicing. I'm even doing it right now. I'm committed to practicing eliminating the ums, the rights, the knows, so that it's easier to listen to me, right? That it's easier for my message to get across, and hopefully that'll translate into me being a better public speaker as well in the places that I do that. The other risk is that I get really off topic, and that that these become very meandering conversations, which in a way I'm okay with, because like I said, there's just some clarity that I'm gaining here. The other is that these will end up being maybe feel a little more like a vlog or a blog post than a 5-paragraph clearly outlined essay. So anyways, I'm just kind of acknowledging that. I did want to share with you the way that I was doing my last one, which I thought was kind of a clever use of technology, and that I probably will continue to do because it's another way to get your message out there, whether you're a content creator or not. It's just something, I probably wasn't the only person doing this, but that I came up with that I really liked. So what I was doing previously is that I was shooting the topic in a kind of off the cuff, completely, extemporaneous way, and recording it. And then I would upload it into the software that I use to put subtitles on things, right? And so I'd put the subtitles on that. I'd go in and edit the subtitles a little bit, but not too much. Then I would download the VVT format. I think it's VVT or VTT format, where it's like it puts all the subtitles into a single document with timestamps. Then I would take that and put the whole thing into ChatGPT, and I'd give it 2 instructions. I would say, okay, ChatGPT, take out the timestamps, number 1, and then number 2, clean this up for me. Turn these all into complete sentences. If you see natural places to create paragraphs, do that. And make it make sense. And it was great because it would take my ideas, and really there was nothing that it was adding or taking away. It was just making it more coherent and natural and smooth and grammatically correct. And so then I would take that, and in my office, if you've ever seen my office, I have a little teleprompter that, I use. It sort of works with an iPhone, and it reflects the text that you have on the iPhone. And I would just put that into the teleprompter and read what came out of ChatGPT. So I felt like really good about that because it took my ideas and allowed me to not spend too much time cleaning up stuff that ChatGPT could do just as good a job at. So, all right, so that's what I wanted to say this morning, and I want to leave you with an invitation to interact here, right? To reply. So the question is how do you clarify your thinking? What do you do to get clear about your thinking, to get clear about your message, to get clear about your values and what it is that is really important to you? Do you have certain people that you do that with? Do you journal? Do you seek sources of input through mentors or books or podcasts or anything like that? So so that's the question. Feel free to share in the comments your thoughts around that, or email me, and I'd be curious to see what we can learn from each other in this regard. If you want to get notified when content like this becomes available, be sure to subscribe to my channel by clicking the little red button below that says subscribe. And thank you so much for watching this, for engaging with me. Have a wonderful day.